Welcome to the table, brought to you by Cameron Mitchell Restaurants. Today we are at Martini Modern Italian. I'm Bob McElligott, and I'm joined by Blue Jackets defensemen Jack Johnson and Zach Werenski. Zach has done this with me a couple of times, so you happen to be the new guy, and that's not something that is normal for you, being the veteran guy, but welcome. Glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here. I heard the idea, and this is a nice change-up from our usual interviews.
Yes, it is. It's a very nice change-up. And Zach, great to have you back here, and you couldn't have picked a better partner, right?
Yeah, no, you're not kidding there. Former Wolverine, so it's always nice to have those guys here.
Let's talk about your team right now and the way that this team has gelled. And Zach, you've been a part of this group for a number of years now. How nice is it just to have a season where things are starting to come together?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think you kind of nailed it right there. I think some of the young guys are really taking steps forward this year. You look at Marchie, you look at Ronnie, KJ and Fans. I mean, guys are really starting to kind of come into their own in this league. And then you add guys like Jack back, JVR, you get Reeser and LeBanc, guys that have been around for a long time that add a lot of stability to our lineup, and we're just finding ways to win. So definitely been a lot of fun to be a part of, and hopefully we can just keep it going.
You've had a great season so far. I mean, a really exceptional season. Could you have even imagined that you'd be able to play the way that you have played so far this year?
Not really. I mean, going into the year, I set goals for myself, but nothing really specific, just kind of, team goals, some personal goals. I feel like a lot of the success that I've had this year is a credit to our team success. I feel like when you're winning and the team's doing well, it seems like stuff just kind of falls into place. So I'm really not doing anything differently than I have the last few years. It just seems like our team's clicking. So definitely been a lot of fun in that way, but just want to keep it going. So hopefully can get some more wins and make the playoffs. That's our goal.
You were here when this guy came into the league as a rookie. Can you believe that he's the player he is now?
Yeah, you know what, I can. I mean, I know he's being modest, but I think playing defense in this league is not an easy position. Sometimes it takes a little time to find, your way in the league and maturing physically, mentally, all those things. And I can see the confidence in Zach's game, and I'm not surprised, and I'm thrilled for him. He talks about the team having success, and he's a big reason why.
Another grizzled veteran gives Johnson 1,025 games in the National Hockey League. And this moment, another key contributor. When you get injuries, guys got to step in, and Johnson did amazingly.
Now, on the flip side, this guy is a Stanley Cup champion since he was here last time playing alongside of you. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no, I can believe it. It's funny because if you really look at our careers, I kind of followed him in a lot of ways, from the program to Michigan, to Columbus. I know he had a stop before that, but I've looked up to him in a lot of ways, the way he's played the game. And like you said, maybe not right now in his role, he's more defensive, but back in the day, he played a lot like I play now. So it's been fun watching him, and then obviously the way he puts the work in, the drive he has. I feel like, when he left Columbus, I kind of always thought that there'd be a chance he'd win a Stanley Cup. You never really know with guys in this league. It's the hardest trophy to win, but I felt like he always kind of had that in him, that he was going to do whatever he could to win, and yeah, so just super thrilled for him. Like I said, you never really know if it's going to happen or not, but I definitely, now that he's a Stanley Cup champion, I'm not surprised by it.
All right, your saddle looks great. Go ahead and start, because I want to ask you one thing before you start. That Stanley Cup that you won in Colorado, how much did it help to kind of solidify your career in your own eyes?
Boy, I mean, it's what you're chasing, right? A lot of things have to go right. You got to be in the right place, the right time. You need the right group. It's not easy, but you never know if you're going to get a shot. You never know if you're going to go on that run. You never know if you're going to have the opportunity in a career. And I guess the biggest thing I would say is I just feel really grateful for the opportunity to have been a part of that group, and to have had the chance to do it.
When you had the opportunity to come back here this summer, how much did that mean to you, just to have the chance to come back to Columbus, where your family is, and your family has been here even when you went on to play in Pittsburgh and Colorado and Chicago, to kind of come back home for you, but be a part of helping this franchise get back to where it was once upon a time when you were here?
And I'm invested. This is, like you said, this is our home. I want to see the team do well. I want to see the franchise get to where everyone else wants it to get to. And it takes a little bit of time, doesn't happen overnight, but I felt like maybe I could be a small little piece that could help in certain ways, and still feel like I can contribute on the ice as well. And my family has sacrificed a lot in my career. I think anyone will tell you that You know, the wives and the kids sometimes, you know, don't get to see dad around very often. You know, we're traveling a lot. Even home game days, we're not around that much. So they've sacrificed a lot over the last few years for me to pursue my career and chase, you know, the Stanley Cup and, you know, those things. And so for me to have the opportunity to come back home meant a lot.
All right, let's talk international hockey right now. And Zach, it was in this very restaurant just a couple of weeks ago, right here at Martini Modern Italian, that Bill Guerin, general manager of Team USA for the Four Nations tournament and also for the Olympics next year, came to you and told you that you're going to be on the team. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was with my fiance, which made it extra special just for her to be able to share that with, you know, with me. And when he called me and her back over, I kind of had a feeling it was either that I made the team or they were going to go a different direction. And I was pretty nervous, and she just comes right out and says, like, you better put him on the team. And he started laughing, and you know, fortunately that's what happened. But yeah, it's the first time in my career that I've been fortunate enough to play best on best, and just really looking forward to it.
Is there one guy or a couple of guys that are going to be your teammates that you're really looking forward to playing with?
I think I'm looking forward to playing with, you know, most of the guys. I feel like I know a lot of them. Play with them, whether it's World Championships or the U.S. program. A few of them I grew up playing with, which is really special. Excited to play with Austin again. Excited to play with Dylan again. My fiance is friends with a lot of the guys' wives, so it's just going to be a cool tournament. And I feel like I'm familiar with a lot of their families and parents, so just to kind of have everyone there again and be on the same team is going to be awesome.
Is that one of the best parts about it, Jack? You get a chance to be teammates with guys that you're normally adversaries with?
Oh, for sure. You always have a bond there, you know, accomplishing something together, representing your country at the highest level. So whether you're on different teams or on the same team or whatever, it's that old cliche of you walk together forever kind of thing if you're able to accomplish something great.
Who were some of the guys that you got to play with that you thought maybe you never would get to, or that you just really enjoyed being on the same team with?
Oh man, there's a couple of guys, you know, I think back to the older guys that were on my Olympic team that were special play, like Chris Drury. Like I never thought I'd be playing with this guy, and he'd be my, you know, I could call him my teammate. And a guy like Brian Rafalski used to be my hockey school instructor as a kid. Never thought in a million years that guy would be on the same D-corps with me in the Olympics. Yeah, and then there's other guys that you grew to become close friends with, like Ryan Kesslers, and I got to play with Bobby Ryan, Phil Kessel, and Patrick Kane again, that we were growing up together with, like he said, guys you grow up with. And then, you know, a really good friend of mine was Zach Parisi. He was a guy that was ahead of me at Shattuck, looked up to him, idolized him, played for his dad, and you never thought in a million years that someday we'd be teammates. And then friends far beyond that. So he's going to create some lifelong relationships that are really cool.
All right, well, we've gotten our food here at Martini Modern Italian, and I'll tell you, they couldn't have gotten three more like-minded guys, because we all have chicken parm, although Zach got a different sauce on his. So once again, Jack, he is now the veteran because he knew he could special order.
I was just trying to be low maintenance.
Some would say that's a first, but anyway.
Start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It is great. Let's talk about another big event that is coming up. You're both going to be involved in this. The Navy Federal Credit Union Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium. A couple of former Michigan Wolverines going to play at Ohio Stadium, the home of the Buckeyes. Look, you've both been here long enough that that is, I know part of it still is bothers you, but it's a home game, right? It's a home game for you. Jack, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts about going over there and playing where the Buckeyes play?
First of all, it's an unbelievable event. It's cool. I've been fortunate enough I got to play in one outdoor game before, and it's a spectacle. It's cool. It'll be something, you know, one of those big moments in everyone's careers where they look back and, you know, that's one of the games that sticks out, unique. You know, the whole Ohio State thing, I mean, you know, Michigan bias or not, it's an iconic stadium. It's one of the great Big Ten stadiums in the country. We have a little bit of Ohio State pull in our family, so we make a rule in our household with Uncle AJ. We root for Ohio State football and Michigan hockey, so we keep everything separate. So I think it'll be cool to play in a stadium that he dominated in, and I'll be thinking of him there.
Is he coming?
I think he's planning on it. Yeah.
Did you invite him, I guess, is the question.
I haven't given him a formal invitation, but I think he knows. We walk into each other's homes with our doors unlocked. I think he knows. He's got tickets.
What about you, Zach? What are you looking forward to the most about that game in particular?
I think for me, it's my first outdoor game in the NHL. I think just enjoying that experience here in Columbus. I know our fans have been wanting this for a long time, and they deserve it. Being against the Red Wings, my hometown team, that's obviously exciting. A lot of friends coming down for the game, but I think like Jack said, it's an iconic venue. It's something you can kind of put your Michigan, bias aside and just enjoy the night. Obviously, I'm sure there's going to be some Ohio State themed stuff there going on, but I'm not going to really look too much into that. Just going to enjoy the night playing there, and hopefully we're still in this playoff race come that game, and that game means more than just the outdoor games. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to most is hopefully those 2 points mean a lot, and we can put a show on for our fans.
Yeah, and one thing that can make you feel a little bit better is you guys will be the ones wearing blue.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That is true.
Thanks for joining us for The Table, brought to you by Cameron Mitchell Restaurants. From Martini Modern Italian, thanks to the staff for doing a great job and giving us some fantastic food today. For Zach Werenski and Jack Johnson, I'm Bob McElligott. So long.